From Super League to Olympic distance to age group world records to Kona. Go longer with the right fuel at the right time with SFuels.
It's Breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Poncho Man. Round of applause for our man, Poncho Man. Welcome to our 11th annual Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Huggles on the Rocks. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas. SFuels go longer. HOKA, let's fly. Form Smart Swim goggles. Quintanaroo, Zoot, the original triathlon brand, and of course our Challenge Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Skye Moench, joins us, and we've chatted a number of times before. How you doing, Skye?
So good, Bob. It's so great to be here. This is such an amazing spot.
Well, we were supposed to be here in 2019.
We were.
But I didn't get hit by a car, but I think you did.
No, I didn't get hit by a car. I just had a freak bike accident.
Oh, you went down.
Yeah, I just went down really hard.
How hard was it not to come here after all the training you put in?
Yeah, that was a pretty tough pill to swallow. You know, that would have been my first Kona, and it was so close to the race. Pretty devastating, but it was pretty clear quite quickly that there was absolutely no way I'd be racing with my injuries.
Right.
Despite my best efforts in the ER to think that I could get here. But yeah, I just had to accept that I wasn't going to be here. I had to recover, and that was my next big challenge. And just tried to see all the positives from it. I mean, the positive side was I got to watch the race from home, which
Yes.
I've always loved to do. And I don't know, relaxing and spending time with family was kind of the silver lining of all of that. So, yeah.
But you figured, well, in 2020, I'll be there.
Exactly. No, seriously, I was so driven in my recovery. Like, there were so many small victories along the way after that crash. Like,
Yeah.
from just being able to brush my own teeth to, get myself ready in the morning, and then of course like swimming and running and all those milestones. I was so driven to get back because I'm like, all right, 2020, I'll be there. I'm going to be ready again. And yeah, then it didn't.
Here we are in 2022.
Yeah, 2022, we're finally making it.
You're fine.
Closest I've ever been to the start line. So yeah.
But when you go through something like that, did it change you as an athlete, or did it just change the way you prepare for events, just looking at, because you never know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just put into perspective like how quickly things can change, and you can't put your entire, I guess, identity into racing.
Right.
Even though it's such a huge part of our lives as professional triathletes, and you know, we live day in, day out, breathe, eat, sleep, train. Like that's all we do. But yeah, it can all be taken away very quickly, and definitely reminded me to really enjoy all the opportunities that I have in this career as a triathlete, because yeah, it can come crashing down quite literally.
When did you get to the point where you thought you could be a professional triathlete? Because that wasn't something early on that you were thinking.
Well, honestly, I went from not being too heavily involved in triathlon to immediately thinking I could be a professional.
Really?
Yeah, like my entire intention when I went part-time at my accounting job was to become a professional. Like, I just decided, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a professional triathlete. And I figured out what steps I needed to take, and I took those steps.
Because you're a pretty calculated person.
Yeah, calculated, and I was confident, and I had no idea what I was getting into.
Right.
Like, admittedly, had no idea how bad I would be, what a terrible swimmer I would be at the start, all those things. But I just thought I could do it. And a lot of it was from watching Kona on NBC, like Chrissy Wellington running down whatever whatever these drives are. I don't know them. So like watching, and I'm like, I think I could do that. And it was just this feeling I had. So
yeah, it's so funny you mentioned that, because the first time we had Daniela Reef sitting in the exact chair, she goes, so does the run go by here?
Yeah. Well, I just asked my coach that when we pulled up. I'm like, so we run here, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, you run
Apparently
here.
transition's just over there.
Yeah,
so
it's over there. No,
yeah.
this water thing. Yeah,
we're going to swim right there.
You'll swim right there.
Okay, good to know.
This year, 8th in California, Ironman World Championship, St. George.
Yeah.
That was flat, fast, easy day.
Super easy. No, honestly, the most wrecked I've ever felt after an Ironman was that day. It was the course and the competition was just next level.
Brutal.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was brutal. Very satisfying though.
But yeah, I mean, it goes sub 9 hours on a course like that, which is brutal. 4th place. And what did you take away from that? Because you got to get ready. Then you got to get ready for a second Ironman World Championship the same year.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was only focused on St. George at the time, and frankly, I think it took probably until about last week for me to believe that Kona was actually going to happen, just because it was like
kept getting canceled.
Yeah,
and
or it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But I think my takeaway mostly from that race was just how intense World Championship racing is, because we just don't get that opportunity at every Ironman to race that competitive of a field and just that difficult of a course.
Right.
So obviously Kona is a different course and everything, but I understand the conditions can be quite tough, and I know that the competition, I know that feeling of the competition just being in the best shape of their lives. You know what I mean? Like
nobody's going, oh, this is my my B racing, I'm training for Arizona.
Exactly. No, exactly. So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway, is just how you just have to be so dialed mentally, physically, everything just has to be on, and you just have to give it 150% all day.
What have you spent much time on a course here?
No, I just got in 2 days ago, and we've just kind of been shaking off the travel, but we're going to get out on the bike course this afternoon. So yeah, we will be getting familiar with the bike course and the run course.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so you went to Collins Cup, 14th at the Canadian Open.
Yeah.
And that's sort of cool because you're going against a lot of fast, shorter distance
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like using that as an excuse, like, oh, I'm a long distance person, it's fine.
No.
I want to be up there. 14th was not exciting at all for me, but it is really cool to see just how, just the level of competition and the quality of athletes that the sport is drawing now with these PTO prize purses and bonuses. Like, there's so many financial incentives now for the short course athletes to come up and
go longer,
rub shoulders with us. Yeah. So it's good, and it motivates me too as a long course athlete. I want to be competitive and be in the mix on those races too.
So when you come to a race like this that you have not done before, what are expectations?
I mean, I always expect a lot out of myself, and I don't know. I feel like everyone says, "Oh, Kona rookie, you just have to learn blah 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 the first year," but I don't know. I'm here to race and compete, so I'm excited. I'm excited to experience it and really give it my best. I feel really well prepared, and racing St. George I think was a really good experience. That's my first World Championship at Ironman. Just kind of, experience a World Championship there is good.
So you're during the St. George race, you started biking fourth. You're riding with Lisa Norden, and then Daniela goes by, and that was some racing. That was sort of fun because you guys were going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun for about the first 90 minutes on the bike until I got popped off the back of Daniela Reef. But yeah, I definitely, I paid for it a bit, I think, on that bike, trying to hang with Daniela. But getting off the bike, I just said, we just have to get off the bike and then we can run. And honestly, I was so looking forward to the marathon, and it was like a fresh start, It's kind of crazy when starting a marathon's like, yes,
let's go, yeah,
fresh start.
Especially that marathon.
Yeah, but
brutal.
Yeah, the run was pretty good.
So Ironman Des Moines.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I had obviously trained so hard, prepared for St. George, that I wanted to use that fitness and kind of momentum into Des Moines, and it was a totally different race vibe. I was off the front. I won by over 20 minutes, so it's kind of nice when you can just relax into your pace and what you could just kind of control the day. Yes. So it was fun. I could really enjoy that. And Des Moines was hot and humid, which I wanted to experience in preparation for this race. So
when you go to your boss and your accountant and say, listen, I'm going to, I'd like to go part-time because I want to be a professional triathlete. What was the response?
I think he thought I was crazy, but he was also very supportive of me. And he just said, I could tell you haven't been as happy in this job lately, so I want to support you and, whatever's going to make you happy.
Right.
But yeah, he definitely, I think, was like, why would you give up this nice paying, steady job to go do something like that, like triathlon? What even is that? One time he asked me if riding a bike is even hard. I was like, yes.
It's really hard.
So yeah, definitely I think when you set off to do something kind of crazy, like a lot of people don't understand, but I think we all know in our hearts and our minds like what we're capable of and what we need to do to really feel fulfilled. And so I just stuck to that no matter what other people thought or said.
So obviously hard work has never scared you.
No.
Because, when we were in St. George,
Yeah.
we were at Zion's Bank.
Yeah.
And you're like, I was a teller here.
Yeah.
Not
Favorite
just
job.
brand, but favorite
job ever.
Yeah, but you basically worked your way through college. You knew
Yeah.
that you weren't going to get any help
Yeah.
with scholarships or mom and dad.
Yeah.
You had to do it on your cleaning houses.
Yeah.
Whatever needed to be
I
done.
worked like
working
2
back-
jobs all through school. Yeah.
And graduated no debt.
Yeah, no debt. That was honestly one of the things. I graduated 22 years old with a master's degree as well, and like no debt. And that was one thing that really showed me, like I proved to myself that I can do extremely hard things, like seemingly hard things.
Yeah.
You just find a pathway and you just find a way to do it. Like if you want to do something, there's a way,
Yes.
and you just find the way. So I guess when it came time that I was bored of accounting and I wanted to be a triathlete, it was kind of like, okay, well, I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to make this happen. And I spreadsheeted out and made it happen, and here we are.
The queen of spreadsheets, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Spreadsheets
So-
solve everything.
Did you spreadsheet it out when now you're going, okay, I'm a professional triathlete. You made that transition very quickly.
Yeah.
Figuring out that, okay, how do I do that? That had to be a little bit of a struggle.
Like financially how to do it, or
well,
just
financially or just, how to get good at this.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like I said, I had no idea what I was doing. It took some learning about the sport and just, meeting the right people and figuring out, what it takes to get to the top of the elite level. And, I guess there's a little luck along the way, and
Now you make your own luck.
Yeah.
What race was it where you learned from that race, okay, I can be one of the best in the world?
I guess I always believed I could be. Like, there was no result that made me think, okay, I can be the best. But I guess maybe what really made me believe that I was on track was when I won the Ironman European Championship in Frankfurt. Like, my first professional win, I was like, okay, if I can just keep this up, like, this is what I've dreamt of. This is what I always thought I could do. So
Yes.
then to actually realize it was, that was probably the moment.
Love it. Skye, have yourself a great race.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Skye Moench has been our guest, everybody. Poncho Man, take us out.
And breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Poncho Man.